All masters have their favorite slaves. And Bilal was just a favorite slave. As a matter of fact, to tell me, oh, Muhammad can't be racist because of Bilal, is like saying, oh, slave masters can't be racist because they had sex with their slaves. And we know that slave masters on the plantations of America had sex with black women. Does that mean they're no longer racist because they had sex with a black woman? No, you can still be racist and have sex with a black woman. You can still be racist and have a favorite slave. And that's all Bilal was, Muhammad's favorite slave.
They abuse you a lot. The boys on the house, they know you're a slave to them. You don't have anything to say to them. You can't confront them. When you iron clothes, you iron the whole family clothes. You can take even 5 hours, 6 hours ironing clothes. You don't rest that much. They are telling you, like, you know, you're beautiful. We know you're beautiful. No, can you do, if they ask for favors, which it's not allowed, because if you do that favor they want, you'll be jailed. Or the woman in the house, she'll kill you. Like other girls have been done. Most of girls, like 3 or 4 Kenyans, were killed. About that, they're having an affair with their bosses. Because you feel like, if I go back home, what will I go to do? I left my family. I came here to look for something good for them, to benefit them. But here I am. The boss is demanding for something, maybe. Then you feel, okay. He says, if you don't do it, I'll tell my wife you're doing this. So you feel so low, then you feel, okay, let me do it, because if he lies or if he says something else, they will believe him, then they will believe me. So you end up doing things which you're not supposed to do. If they don't think of you as a human being, they think you as a slave to them. You're begging for your salary because they don't want to give it to you. So after I finished my contract, I asked them, can you let me leave now? They said, no. You need to add up 1 year, then you can leave, so we can be able to get another maid to come and work for us. I was misused. They used to tell me so many things. I used to cry, but I don't have someone to cry to. Until one day I decided to leave their house and go outside. I went to the police station and I stayed there for 3 weeks. They called my boss and my boss was like, don't let her leave. We still need her. Then I said, let me go. I need to see my family. I need to go. I'm tired of you guys. They said, no. The boss says, I'll start saying, I'll accuse you of stealing. I'll say this and this. You won't go back to your country. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And I used to pray and cry a lot. أشهد أن لا إله إلا
I want everyone to know this message, specifically black people to know this message, because black people are converting to Islam when they go, well, unfortunately, there's a whole cycle. Okay, so when you have the cycle of, you know, if you have black people going into prison, okay, we're overrepresented in the prison industrial complex anyway. And then when they go in there, they convert to Islam. Now, when they convert to Islam, a lot of them, not all of them, but when they do, they have no idea about this stuff. They have no idea about how the Prophet Muhammad said that the Allah's most hateful creation is a black man. They have no idea, right, that they say a black man's going to destroy the Kaaba. They have no idea about this stuff, but they go there because what it does, it gives them a sense of belonging. It gives them a sense of family. It gives them a sense of tribe. Okay, and I understand you need that in your darkest time when you're in prison, but I'm telling you, this thing don't like you and these people don't like you. Speak to Muslims about Africans being enslaved. Speak to them and see what they say. Oh, well, it wasn't like that. It was like this. When you were a slave, you were treated well. And I'm like, these motherfuckers still trying to justify. They're still trying to justify this shit. They're still trying to justify it.
They didn't view slaves in that manner, because there was also male slaves as well, so they didn't view them in that manner. So they used to take care of them. They had to take care of them, and they had to feed them and clothe them and also provide for them.
Okay, so you think it's okay if people come into Mecca, kill everybody and have sex with Khadija? That's okay for you?
No, because the premise I start with is Islam is true. So what I'm saying is,
if a Muslim does it, it's okay. If somebody else does it, it's not okay.
Yeah, pretty much. So what I'm saying is,
if a Muslim does it, it's okay. If somebody else does it, it's not okay.
Yeah, pretty much. So what I'm saying is,
if a Muslim does it, it's okay. If somebody else does it, it's not okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
About 100 years ago, the British Empire came to this country with their missionaries, and they told the people that Jesus should be believed in as God. Yes, they tried to take your minerals. They tried to take your gold. The same people that came to you 100 years ago, the English, the British, the colonizer. The English, the British, the colonizer.
The Arab conquest of North Africa, was that a form of colonization?
Absolutely. That the Arab conquest of North Africa was a form of colonization that took place in the 7th century when Arab Muslims burst out of Saudi Arabia and conquered Egypt and went on to conquer the whole of North Africa. There were a lot of Berber tribes there. The Egyptian Copts were the original indigenous of the land, as well as the Berbers. And they were all conquered and Islamized and Arabized. That was also a form of colonization, definitely.
Now, do Muslims today acknowledge this? Are they self-critical about this? Now, do Muslims today acknowledge this? Are they self-critical about this? Now, do Muslims today acknowledge this? Are they self-critical about this? Now, do Muslims today acknowledge this? Are they self-critical about this?
Not to the extent that the West has become very critical. In fact, many Muslims don't even admit that there was any form of colonization.
The English, the British, the colonizer, the imperial power that came to the Gold Coast.
I'll tell you what they do to black people to try and quell black people questioning this stuff. They pull Bilal out their fucking ass. That's what they do. Oh, but Bilal was a slave and Muhammad liked him. Yeah, well, did anyone see Django Unchained? Leonardo DiCaprio was also a slave master, and he had Stephen, and he liked Stephen too. And Stephen had very good privileges as a slave, and he loved his master, but he was still a bloody slave. Do you understand? All masters have their favorite slaves, and Bilal was just a favorite slave. As a matter of fact, to tell me, oh, Muhammad can't be racist because of Bilal, is like saying, oh, slave masters can't be racist because they had sex with their slaves. And we know that slave masters on the plantations of America had sex with black women. Does that mean they're no longer racist because they had sex with a black woman? No, you can still be racist and have sex with a black woman. You can still be racist and have a favorite slave. And that's all Bilal was, Muhammad's favorite slave. Okay? So don't give me no story about no goddamn Bilal. okay? Bilal was a happy slave, and let him be a happy slave, but that don't mean shit to me, because what happened after Bilal is that Islam came into North Africa, as I said in the video, raping, robbing, pillaging, enslaving. 20 million Africans dead, and they're talking about Bilal. You got 20 million dead, 20 million enslaved, but you're talking about one Bilal. One Bilal don't mean shit to 20 million. I'm just letting you guys know that. One Bilal does not mean shit to 20 million Africans being mistreated. So stop pulling Bilal out of your fucking ass, please, because I don't give a damn about your damn Bilal, okay?